your play-by-play for the Abby Canucks. You've got it locked in the line change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast.
If you've been paying attention to the most credible hockey insiders this week, you're probably expecting a transactional fireworks show above Rogers Arena leading up to March 6th. But then you listen to Canucks president Jim Rutherford on the 100% Hockey podcast, and you get a completely different vibe. Rutherford is talking about a slow market, conservative cap growth, and the banning of those complex three-team trades, just gumming up the works. So, which is it? Is it a dead market, or are the Canucks on the verge of a massive redistribution of talent? Today, we're looking at why this is the most critical deadline in the past 20 years. We're at a low point. The vortex of ineptitude is pulling this team down, and the stakes for Rutherford and Alvin have never been higher. Let's get into it. Canucks Nation, welcome back to The Line Change, a Vancouver Canucks podcast. And both privately and publicly, the Canucks are insisting they are in an open-minded posture. Effectively, everyone except Filip Hronek is available for the right price. The latest buzz suggests Vancouver is willing to swing big to shed several veteran players off the books in pursuit of draft picks and future assets. We're seeing the roster management play out in real time with Tyler Myers. He's being held out of the lineup, but still taking warm-ups. It's an awkward, high-pressure situation for a 36-year-old family man with a full no-movement clause. But as this team sinks further into that mushy middle, or worse, the momentum of losing gathers its own energy. It forces change. Now, we've seen the comments on this channel. There is a loud segment of the fan base saying it's time to ship them all and finally commit to building around a core of 3 or 4 players rather than trying to patch holes in a sinking ship. But can this management group actually execute that? The biggest concern isn't just the current roster, it's the inescapable memory of dysfunctional Canucks deadlines past. To understand the stakes, we have to look at how we got here, right? Remember 2008? Dave Nonis refused to match a mega offer for Brad Richards, and it cost him his job when the team missed the playoffs. I remember 2014. Mike Gillis had a Ryan Kessler deal ready to go, but ownership reportedly stripped him of his authority to pull the trigger. Then you have the Jim Benning era, the we tried hard deadline in 2016, failing to move for Bada or Hamhuis, and even just last year, management held on to Brock Besser and Pius Suter, claimed there was no market, and then turned around and gave Besser a lucrative extension while he's now in the midst of a massive goal drought. This team has a history of performing poorly when the stakes are high and hockey ops leadership is under fire. Are Rutherford and Alvin different, or are we witnessing really more of the same? There can be no trying hard this year. There are mandatory moves that must happen. First, having removed Tyler Myers from the lineup, they must remedy that situation and find an acceptable trade. It would be a travesty if he's still on the roster on March 7th. And that's not a knock on Myers. Beyond that, you have pending UFAs like Evander Kane, David Camp, and Teddy Bluger. These aren't players you hold on to protect the market price. They are assets that need to be liquidated for future value, regardless of the size of the return. Now, there's also the looming question of the medical staff and injury management. We've seen fans questioning why players like Thatcher Demko were extended before proving they could stay healthy for a full season. This management group is already being criticized for signing undersized, injury-prone players. This deadline is their chance to prove they can prioritize durability and draft capital over short-term fixes. At this point, we aren't asking for a franchise-altering home run rather. We're asking for the easy stuff to be handled correctly, avoid the embarrassment, avoid the dysfunction. When the 1 p.m. Pacific trade deadline passes on March 6th, Canuck fans need to be able to discern a broad outline of a plan that is sensible, thoughtful, and disciplined. That is the absolute minimum requirement to begin rebuilding trust with a fan base that is rethinking its loyalty. What do you guys think? Are you expecting fireworks, or are we heading towards another "we tried hard" post-deadline presser? Let me know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and that subscribe button to the line change, and be sure to have your notifications turned on so you don't miss more in-depth analysis of your Vancouver Canucks. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the NHL betting odds. We already did that in our earlier video, but in this one, we're going to take a look at the Ottawa Senators and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Ottawa Senators are a plus 220 on the puck line, a plus 114 total, and they are a minus, I believe that's a 158 on the money line. Meanwhile, the Toronto Maple Leafs are a minus 270 on the puck line, a minus 135 total, and a minus 102 on the money line. Right now, the Senators on the 60-minute line are a plus 125, and it is a plus 310 for draw, and then the Maple Leafs are a plus 145. I'd like to give a big shout out and thank you to DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, for sponsoring this video.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for the fastest game on ice. With player props and live betting, every shift, every shot, every save gives you options to get in on the game with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois, 21 plus in most states. Void in Ontario, restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright 2026 NHL, all rights reserved. This video has been a presentation of both DraftKings Sportsbook as well as the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, where it's every team, everywhere. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the Line Change for more daily coverage as we continue to count down the days towards the trade deadline. Once again, drop your comments down below. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next Line Change.
The sun's shining, birds are singing, and all feels right in the world.
Until the season changes, and suddenly you lose your motivation to get out of bed. In fact, 1 in 5 people experience some form of depression, no matter the season or time of year.
At the American Psychiatric Association Foundation, our vision is to build a mentally healthy nation for all, because we want you to live your best life and be your best you all year round.
Please visit mentallyhealthynation.org to learn more.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.